what's up, Alum House? Today we are talking about being a tech director. What does this look like in this short video to talk about things that I do as a tech director at my small church plant? Small church, it's been up and running for 15 years, so it's not like a new plant, but we're a set up and tear down church. We use an old historic movie theater every week, and we get very, very minimal access to this facility. Now, lucky for us, we actually have a closet here that we do get to use to store some of our equipment. Now, as a tech director, I'm not on every weekend. It's a part-time role, 10 hours a week. I've got a full-time day job that I do. Obviously, we're making YouTube videos as well. But what does this look like for me? So this morning, it's a Monday morning. I just dropped my kids off at school. It's almost 8 o'clock in the morning now. I've come down to the movie theater that we use. Nobody is here until about 9:30 in the morning, maybe 10 a.m. So I've got a couple minutes to jump in and try and remove some confusion from my team. Well, what does that look like in this context? So we set up and tear down every week. If you haven't seen some of the videos about our rig and our gear, I'll post those down in the comment section below. We set up 3 tables. One has a ProPresenter laptop station on it. Next to it is a projector. In the middle, we've got our soundboard, and then next to the soundboard is our camera and video switching rig. Now, that camera and video switching rig gets its audio from the soundboard. We have to plug cables in, and while the cables are labeled bus 11 and bus 12, and looking for output 11 and 12 on the back of the physical console, we still are in a dark room, which is why I'm luckily here in the back room with a couple small lights on, just so you can see my face. But we sometimes run into challenges. Just the other week, I listened and the cables clearly were not in the right spot. The right side was giving me the actual live stream mix. The left side was coming from some other bus that was adjacent to that. So I'm trying to remove confusion, trying to strive not for perfection, but for excellence. How can I come in and make this easier for my team? So what I've got are these fancy little things that I found on Amazon, and they are some covers. And what I'm going to do is go away from the old gaff tape methodology and just use some of these fancy covers to remove confusion. So let's go down to the console. I've got it pulled out because, well, that's what we have to do. Unpack it from the closet, open it up, and now let's take a look and show you what we're working with. So our closet is actually down and around back there. I've just wheeled this out to the best spot that I could that had any light to show you what we're working with. And if I come down here, we've got the X32 console, we've got the dog box on our cart here. Let's pull this out a little further. And we plug in over here to bus 11 and 12. Maybe I'll take you back in there. Bus 11 and 12 is where we go. I'm wondering right now why my wireless router is not in here, but the power plug is in here. Okay, more training. Anyway, I'm going to put little covers in here. And my first thought was just put gaff tape over all the ones that we don't need. We want to remove confusion. The only 2 cables outside of the others that are already in here go into 11 and 12. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these little covers in here, cover up these extra holes, and then pack this all back up and go back home. So no fancy B-roll shot of me, all hand model action putting these in. I'm just pressing them in here. They're going in nice and easy. They're a silicone type material, kind of squishy. They've got handles on them. Brilliant, whoever came up with this idea, because gaff tape, while it doesn't leave sticky residue, it's just one extra thing that can peel off over age, and actually over age, it doesn't do everything perfect that you want. And I dropped one, there it is. A little dark in here. Anyway, these come in a little pack of however many that is, 10 apparently, and I needed more than 10, so I've got some extras. So there we go, we've got them all covered up. Only 2 left, those are the 2 we're gonna use, and that way my volunteers have a much better chance of getting everything right on a week-to-week basis. So one other thing we've got is a cable that needs to be replaced. We run our pads from back here. We've got analog snakes that are wired into our digital snake over on an amp rack way over on the side. But we've got this dual stereo DI box, and this cable that is coming out tends to get pulled out, and our drummer ends up running the pads from that gray there's an iPad in that gray case. So they just plug the iPad into here. They run pads right from this. But this cable, again, because we set up and tear down every week, it kind of gets beaten up. I've got to replace that cable with another one, and then I'll be done for the day. But before I do that, I'm actually going to put these back. These are the rest of those silicone things. And we've got, well, you can't even see it. Oh, it's dark back here. Anyway, we've got a toolbox that lives back here for extra parts. It's kind of nice. I'm going to toss that in the correctly labeled drawer for extra parts. If you're curious what we've got in there, I'd be happy to do a video on that with actually some light, because all the light is over there. But anyway, I'm going to change this cable out, get back to my day job, and start my Monday week. All right, so that's it for this short video as I'm walking out of the theater, locked up and everything. It's pretty cool though. We got the old box office right over here where you can buy your tickets. Everything is pretty historic here. It's part of the historic landmark pieces. They even have, this is the spooky season calendar here at the Byrd Theater. So, yep, Byrd Theater, 1928. Anyway, it's an awesome space to use, but in terms of being a tech director part-time at a church, you know, it's ministry, but it maybe doesn't look like what ministry you would expect it to look like. We're coming in odd hours to do some random things when we can, fit it in around our day jobs. But that's it for this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Hey, what are some things that you deal with as a setup and tear down church? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to know what your challenges are, and maybe we can share some ideas about what I do. But that's it for now. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.